And good morning and welcome to the Wild Jokers here on 24/7 Comedy Radio for Phoenix. Funny, 1260 AM, 96.1 FM. I'm Len. He's Brad. How are you, my friend? Good morning.
I'm doing well. Exact. It's just so you know, it's 5.5 seconds for you to get the whole shtick out there.
But there's a lot to say.
Yeah, but
I'm an informative dude.
Yeah, but there's okay. Well, we'll see. We'll try it. We'll try it differently and see what happens. For what we're talking about, on radio you have to say your call signs and whatnot, and ours happens to be a fairly.
I have a
grandioso
introduction that I like to do for our radio
Call
program.
it what you want, but it takes up like 5.5 seconds of airtime. I mean, you could get it done in 2.
And we're still talking about
right. Okay.
Well, we have a lot.
Now we blew 43 seconds.
I know. See, look, you're just doing so good with the timing. We have a lot actually on the agenda. Wild Jokers Comedy Night coming this Tuesday at the What the Hell Bar and Grill. I'm really excited about this. Sossman and Main, right on the corner there. You definitely have to come on down. We're going to have some great comedians and just the outcry of support for these comedy nights in some of these areas where comedy clubs are further away.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, next to you, the East Mesa, Central Mesa, East Mesa, Apache Junction, Queen Creek, that area. Do you know of anywhere that's doing it? No. But the What the Hell Bar and Grill is.
That's right.
And we got to thank Henry out there, who's been. He loved the concept. We came to him. It's a great room. It's like a Vegas dinner show, I guess, kind of what we're going for, where you can eat, you can drink, you can be merry, get some laughs, have a nice evening, and also it's not going until like midnight, 1 in the morning late. It's something around dinner time that you can have a night activity on a Tuesday night and go home and still be rested for work the next day.
Right. Nothing out of control, but something definitely entertaining. That's what we're going for.
Well, and that's what we do here on the Wild Jokers is entertain. And a lot of the entertainment, though, on our show comes from reality. It comes from our real lives.
Yeah.
Especially mine.
Oh, yeah. Well.
And I
live the comedy calamity lifestyle.
It is quite something. I'm, Brad, as you know, I'm 38 years old.
Yeah, but you look 47.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's why I trim the goatee lower and lower, because I'm turning into Santa Claus.
I
look like
was
going to
say, you look like Santa's oldest nephew.
Yes, I have not just fermented just yet. I've pondered it, but I would go like jet black or something. I would definitely try to do something
Please
different.
Please don't do one of those coloring thingy-mabob.
Why? I would just kind of do like a mixed bag of colors and just be different.
Well, if you go like rainbow style, that's one thing. But
oh, Lord. I know, I won't go down that road. But, getting grayer and grayer, it does age you, so I'm having less and less facial hair as I go gray more and more.
Yeah, my goatee went a couple years ago for that exact reason.
Well, the thing where I'm going with this is you're calling me an old man, but I have youthful exuberance, as I like to say, Bradley.
Well, the truth is I'm older than you anyway.
Yeah, you are. You are. But let me ask you something. You know now I'm back in a romantic relationship, and I'm very giddy,
as you like to refer to the lovely Michelle.
The lovely Michelle. I mean, things are rocking and rolling, and it really is great ammunition for a comedy radio show to evaluate your relationship and what you do in your relationship. Once you start living with somebody, there is a lot of comedy that just spurs from the little things like that. I mean,
it's like we talked about the messy bathroom, and then we were talking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I know that's where you're going with this, but
well, I'm not going to the bathroom just yet. Because I still have that rule. There's one thing about me. I have a very shy rear end. When it comes to my bathroom practices, I have a lot of friends that are extremely liberal about when they drop the kids off at the pool. And I am not that way at all. I have to barricade. I have music going off. There's a fireworks show outside. There's diversions. I need my privacy in that way. But we're going to get in on that weird little quirk that I have. But there's something else. Is it a faux pas being a 38-year-old male dating a contemporary, same age? I have a lot of joy and passion in my love life. I'm kind of a romantic type. But sometimes maybe I get a little too much zest, and all of a sudden my girlfriend looks like a leopard. She's got spots, meaning, you're kissing, and you know what happens in high school when you kiss and make out? The thing called a hickey.
Oh, man, are you kidding me?
Is that bad? It's happened a couple times.
Len,
no,
let me stop you.
Oh,
Len,
what?
First of all, that should have stopped in 7th grade, dude.
What if she has just extremely sensitive skin?
I mean, an accidental hickey's one, but you said it was like leopard spots, so that's not an
accidental. There's three that are next to each other.
Uh-huh.
But they're next to each other. She has very sensitive skin. I can't help it.
Keep telling yourself that.
Well, I mean, I have a buddy, funny enough, because, I'm a horse guy. And he was laughing at me. He said, "What is she? A horse block? The salt blocks for horses or rabbits or whatnot."
Yeah, right.
Well, she is tasty, but is that
tasty.
Is that a faux pas? I mean,
yeah, it is.
If you were in a business and you had somebody you were working with, obviously probably not a dude, but if it was
I
a
can
female,
tell you right now, I'd be busting chops the whole time.
Why do you think that's not professional?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Let me give you an example.
You are at a loss, Bradley. I love it.
I'm not at a loss because I've had this conversation with somebody else before.
What? With children or
no?
younger?
With a former girlfriend who's younger than I am, a lot younger than I am.
All your girlfriends are generally younger
whatever.
than previous.
Whatever.
Oh. You're a babe magnet.
My recent former girlfriend and I talked specifically about hickeys one day because a girl came into her work with like 5 hickeys on her neck. And she's like,
I would congratulate her. I'd say,
now,
good
hold
job.
On. Now, you would
That's
think
two
that
more than Michelle.
You would think someone in their 20s would say, oh, yeah, she got hickeys. When it was exactly opposite. She's like, it was the grossest thing I ever saw. And let me tell you something. This is not a girl that is grossed out by things that easily. And she basically flat out said, I'm not into it. And I said, it's all right, because for some reason, in all my years, I could never do it right.
Well, you could not do a hickey?
Not real. And I have these big, fleshy lips, and I cannot do it right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like Billy the Big Mouth Bass over here I'm working with on the radio show.
Thanks a lot there. Billy the Big Mouth Bass. Not quite.
But that's I tend to turn into a Hoover. I don't know why.
Obviously, you got some issues.
I don't have some. That's not issues.
Well,
I don't believe that for a moment.
Hoover and she's got sensitive skin, you should know better. Why don't you?
Well, it's kind of, I guess you know what. Maybe
here's my suggestion. I would say lick instead of suck.
Oh my goodness, Brad. That is just so wrong.
That just blew out a second here because I was doing
you were having some microphone issues, and that's fine.
All I was saying was you should lick instead of suck, but you got the point.
Well, yeah, we definitely got the point on that. But I just wanted to kind of get your evaluations on my. I guess I'm rekindling my inner junior high school or something.
Oh yeah,
like
that I'm saying that's like. I mean,
is this my midlife crisis? Because I've not had one. I didn't buy a sports car, and I pretty much have been the same guy since high school. But I've just kind of like. I get weird.
I don't know that it's your midlife crisis. You don't have a motorcycle. You don't have like a girlfriend that's 20 years younger than you.
No. She's got me by a couple years.
Yeah. You didn't buy any recent sports cars. So far, you're so good, dude.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Other than this nasty little habit that I have.
Right.
Well, as I said, I don't know if I can stop myself. Hey, everybody's got a vice. Hey, and speaking of weird things, this is kind of our little monologue here on the Wild Jokers of what is going on in the past week. For our friends here in the Valley of the Sun, I have some very, very, very bad news. My cat didn't do its job. Oh. Donnie the cat is...
his name's Donnie?
His name's Donnie.
Who names their cat Donnie?
Well, because there was another cat that actually, from the previous administration when I was married, we had Donnie and Marie, because one cat was a little bit country and the other one was a little bit rock and roll.
Okay, I get it.
Where poor Donnie's in trouble is, all of a sudden, I was doing my show prep for Wild Jokers here on Fighting 1260 AM. 96.1 FM. And a scorpion comes walking across my kitchen floor. Scorpion season has started, my friend. And
it's a little early, I would say.
Yes. But the thing is it's a lot early. Late February, early March. I mean, March 1 being today.
Yeah.
I mean, this is early time of year for little creepy crawler friends coming out.
I would say it's a lot early.
Have you, okay, you've been here a long time, too.
I've been here almost 20 years.
Okay. Have you ever been hit by a scorpion? Have you ever been stung?
I think I stepped on one once, but I don't think I ever got like a full sting, because when you get stung by those bad boys, you know it.
Right.
I mean, you get numb parts and whatnot. So I would say, no, I've been fortunate that I have not been stung by a scorpion.
No, and here's the funny thing about this. I've been also very lucky. I've had to encounter them because I live on acreage and have dirt, and they're all over the place, being in the desert. Been, knock on wood, very extremely lucky. But the lovely Michelle, my girlfriend, got stung in the butt one time by one.
Well, that's funny, because my ex-girlfriend got hit by an Arizona recluse. You ever heard of those?
No.
Arizona has its own recluse spider. I didn't know this. But the venom is like acid in your skin.
Ew.
This poor girl, she got bit on her thigh, and it looked like someone took a cigarette lighter from their car and stuck it to the side of her leg, because it made this big, huge, ugly circle. Just, I think, recently has the scar finally started to go away.
That is really gross.
From a little tiny spider. It happened while we were sleeping, so it could have happened to me.
Yeah,
Good thing she was closer to the wall.
Well, I just want to give a quick warning to folks out there. Watch out for the getting stung by a scorpion, because they are out. But I always warn Michelle about the elusive trouser snake.
You got to watch out for that one.
that one's one of the most deadly.
Yeah.
I had to throw that one out.
Trouser snake. As long as you didn't say skin flute, we're good.
Well, yeah, no, none of that.
Well, you are a musician.
But, well, yeah, just a little bit. But I'm bringing my life story too. What's going on in your world this week?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I had a pretty amazing evening. A friend of mine's birthday was last Saturday. And it just coincidentally, and this was not by my plan of any sort, his event was actually at Stand Up Scottsdale. Howard Hughes' place we just had
Yes.
on last week. Well, I got to tell you, first of all, Howard treated us like royalty. It was unbelievable. And he gave us the best seats in the house. The entertainment was unbelievable. He did a set. He was hilarious. I love his kind of humor. The funny part is I got there, and my date and I, we got there a little early, and, we were kind of hungry. So we decided to walk down. There's a little gathering of food trucks, like 2 blocks down from Stand Up Scottsdale. So we walked down there, and sure enough, we're walking and looking at all the food trucks. And I see this one, and for some reason I thought I recognized it, but it didn't really click completely. And anyway, so we ended up picking that one. Well, lo and behold, it was our friend Casey.
From Superstition
Farms. And I sat there, and I'm looking at this dude, and I'm like, I swear I know this guy. And then he's telling somebody else he's a third-generation farmer, and I interrupted him. I'm like, Casey? And he's like, I'm like, it's Brad. He's like, I didn't recognize you either. I'm like, well, I was only at your farm for, I don't know, half a day. But it was really great. Meanwhile, he hooked us up with some of the ice cream they have, which is unbelievable.
Ice cream, actually, it's made from the farm and everything.
Oh,
and they're actually a
God.
family farm in East Mesa.
Let's put it this way. There was not even, we licked the cup. That's how good it was.
It's very good. Also, the catering truck's awesome because
I had a pulled pork sandwich, and she had tacos, and oh my.
That's the good stuff. That's
great.
not the processed beef and meats you get like when you go to some of the fast food outfits. This is actually homemade, good cooking.
It was
you don't find
incredible.
most
And there's
places.
all kinds of different trucks there, and there's live music. And it's funny, Casey organizes the whole thing, so he's like the man. And it's right off Scottsdale Road. I think it was 5th Avenue and Scottsdale Road, right there.
Yeah, and if you're interested about what we're talking about with Casey and Superstition Farm, check them out at superstitionfarmsingular.com, superstitionfarm.com. And so that was kind of a little funny, quirky little thing, considering Superstition Farm is a sponsor of our radio show. Right across the street from Stand Up.
Right down the street from Stand Up Scottsdale, which it just so happened we had the owner of Stand Up Scottsdale on our show, and then here I am next week going to an event at his place. So it was kind of cool, it's kind of coming full circle. But yeah, Howard was so welcoming. He was really good to all the people I was with, and the food was good. They have some really crazy drinks. Like one was called like the Almond Joy.
Really?
My date had that. I tried a sip of it. It was ridiculously good. Yeah, he's got some interesting stuff there. It's definitely a good spot. You got to check it out. It's very reasonable.
There's something that is really awesome about, and we have tickets to give away for that too. Going to a club, having a cocktail, having a little bite to eat, have a nice evening with your significant other. That's what it's all about in the comedy experience, and that's what we're bringing to you at the What the Hell Bar and Grill this Tuesday. Tuesday evening, 8 p.m., the fun kicks off. And we encourage you to go out here. It's just actually on the southwest corner of Main and Sossaman. It's the What the Hell Bar and Grill. We're going to be showcasing some premier local talent. We're going to have 4 or 5 comedians get up there. It's 2 hours of entertainment and fun at a value price as well, because if you dine out at the What the Hell Bar and Grill, the food and the drinks, this is not an expensive place, and it's quality.
Very reasonable.
Very reasonable.
The quality is unbelievable.
The quality is high, and the expense is low, and that's why we love it. And Henry, the owner, we're going to be catching up with here later on the show, talking about the bar and our excitement about Tuesday night having our first Wild Jokers comedy night once again at the What the Hell Bar and Grill. Easy for me to say.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, by the way.
Yeah, they have it
a
all.
lot of bar and grill type places don't have breakfast except maybe on the weekends. Not these guys. And first of all, their breakfast is unbelievable.
Yeah, the breakfast burrito, highly recommended. Anything
yes.
with a tortilla, I love.
Yeah, well, we know how you go with the tortillas.
Tortillas, and also, yeah, if you have that, maybe a little beans with it, it's very good for your plumbing as well.
Yeah, right.
That's my PSA. Speaking of plumbing, now you have children.
I do.
The lovely Michelle, my girlfriend, has children. I don't have children that I know of, only fuzzy ones. If they're out there, hello, I've never met you. I have
He's got a lot of money. You want to find out where he's at.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I work in radio. No, I'm the last person you'd want to find. The thing that is
the IRS
interesting.
is still looking for him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, silly.
Kidding?
I did my taxes, actually. I got a nice refund. Thank you, Uncle Sam.
All right.
And where I'm going with is bathroom habits. I go into folks' homes, and everybody has different etiquette, especially when it comes to their bathroom. Now, for folks that leave leftovers in the toilet and they don't see it.
I like to refer to that as change.
Change, leftovers.
Yeah, you left change in my toilet, man. What's up?
The Klingon is what's attached to you as a person, as a bodily function.
Yeah.
But this is my public service announcement here on the Wild Jokers is look down again when you flush, because I don't like having target practice when I go to the bathroom, because you know what I do? Because we're guys, we stand up, we have a power washer,
Right.
as I call it.
Right.
So I just aim for that target and try to knock it down as best as I can.
You know, they make targets now for kids, the little boys, to learn to practice how to do that. Have you seen those?
Really?
Yeah, they make like little basketball hoops and stuff that you can like put in there to float.
You know, really.
We should get some of those.
And that's one other thing that's interesting about kids is potty training, because Michelle's little one, and I guess in his bed, evidently whipped off his diaper. And you know he's practicing potty training. He's 2, so he's in the thrust of this potty training experience. Get this one, and this is I gotta give him a gold star a little bit. It's messy, but he was in bed, but whipped off his clothes and his diaper and everything, and went in the bed because he couldn't get out. You know those things got sides.
Right.
He didn't want to launch over, but he was at least trying.
It's a good thing my mom's not here right now.
Why?
Because every time someone talks about poop and diapers and their kids,
Right.
she always embarrasses me and tells how when I was little, and one time I had a poopy diaper, and I literally picked up the poop and like threw it across the room from my.
Oh my God! Was
like
that the most disgusting
like gorilla
thing?
at the zoo style?
I knew of a kid actually one time took its dirty diaper off and started painting a mural on the hallway.
Yeah,
Hall.
kids
I
do
heard
that
about-
one. Yeah,
Do they
That's
really? I have
that's
never been around that. Where what would make you have the desire of something so foul
That could
and
be a
disgusting?
future Picasso, dude. It's about creativity, man. You got.
You are so
I'm
for the
I'm
arts.
just trying. Yeah.
Oh,
right,
another
yeah.
thing that's cute about Michelle's little one, Dylan, is once in a while, kids they have accidents in the bathtub.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, no, all of a
Wait.
sudden, get this one. No, let me finish the story before you jump in excitement here,
no.
Brad. Remember the movie Caddyshack with the candy bar in
It's
the
a Baby
pool?
Ruth, actually.
Baby Ruth, okay. Thank you. You remember. I
do.
own it. I got to watch it again.
Yep.
It's been a while. This child is exactly like the pool clearing in Caddyshack when he drops the land barge in the tub. From what Michelle's painted this picture to me, he actually has a fear of the turd floating and starts screaming. So this is what's humorous about this whole thing. All of a sudden, the child is living Caddyshack, but not in a swimming pool, in the tub. It's hilarious to me.
Did he yell "duty" just like what's his name did?
No. Yeah,
What's the
I don't
dude's
believe he
name?
did that.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for it.
Well,
so.
the best part of that movie is when Bill Murray picks the candy bar up and takes a bite out of it.
Oh yeah, he's
I mean,
all, it's
that's
okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
I love that. Oh, and sad news, by the way. One other thing, speaking about our lives and our little monologue we do here in the first segment here on Wild Jokers, Harold Ramis did
Yeah,
pass away.
69
speaking of
years
that.
old. He was
He's
young.
way too young.
Yeah.
Did you? Because I never saw it, just to see the posts all over Facebook and everything. How did he die? Do you know?
I'm not sure exactly. That was awfully young for him to go, though. I definitely we need to check into that on the break.
Yeah, because that was a really sad thing.
I saw that, and I was like, it gave me the chills because I just had recently watched Stripes, and he's so
Stripes.
young
That
in
was
that
like
movie.
2 days ago. I watched Stripes.
He's got to be in his 20s in that movie.
Yeah, he's real young. Well, but how many times were him and Bill Murray involved in the same project?
Look at Ghostbusters. I mean, there's been a zillion of them. Even some that you wouldn't even.
Well, even
remember.
behind the scenes, Caddyshack, he was
Right.
all behind
That's
the scenes.
right.
He was in it, but I mean, just
I
a
don't think
master.
Bill
of
Murray
comedy.
did a movie that Harold Ramis wasn't involved in. Some
They were
way or
tied
another.
very close together,
Yeah.
and it was just real sad news for the comedy
Really
world because
sad.
he was a genius.
Legendary.
Yeah. So, hey, real quick, do you ever have any skin dysfunctions,
Oh God, dude.
or do you?
I have
do you
such
get
girly
dry?
skin. Everybody picks on me because I have such girly skin.
Well, yeah. Okay, Ultra Balm. Okay, I've just been given Ultra Balm.
Ultra Balm.
Ultra Balm. It's got a little moo cow on it.
Oh,
It's-
that's the udder cream.
Yeah, it's udder cream. It's
Right.
got the little cow on it, the udder cream.
Yeah.
I got a little, some of that because I work outside a lot and everything. I had
What do you put
a
on
dear
your
friend-
nipples?
Well, okay, you have a story about this. I put it just on my hands because
I
they're
figure
severely
getting
dry.
chafed from the flannel or something.
No, what is your story about this product and
Okay.
nipples?
So here's the thing. The only reason I even know what udder cream is because if you've been married or if you had a girlfriend that had a baby,
Yeah.
their nipples get sensitive and they get chafed. Well, supposedly udder cream is like the best thing that you can use for it. So I heard a couple of the biddies.
Nipplies,
back
believe
in
it
the
or
day,
not.
Back in
That's
the day,
right.
some of the biddies, my wife's girlfriends at the time,
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about, oh, you need to get udder cream. It's the best. And yeah, and I'm like, what, udder cream? And I'm thinking, udder cream. Well, okay, udder cream.
well,
but there really is udder cream.
Well, if you want udder cream or milky soft nipples, It says skin milky soft, and Brad seems to be the known of this. Also, most hospitals use them as for the burn centers. The dermatologists
That's
use
true.
them, burn centers. I'm going to give you a phone number, 480-430-9344. Once again, the digits 480-430-9344. Your nipples will thank you. It's utter cream. It's utterly fantastic.
And now we're up against the break, man. You're talking way too long.
All right.
So anyway, Wild Joker is 24/7 comedy for Phoenix, 1260 AM, 96.1 FM.
Coming up next, Carlos Mencia joins the Wild Jokers.
Come on down to Cactus Jack's Awatuki Tavern, located at 4747 East Elliott Road, just west of the I-10 off of Elliott. We've got live music every Friday night, happy hour 7 days a week. We also have a bonus happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 6. Karaoke, great food specials, and tons of great servers. Call us today to find out more information about our daily activities at 480-753-4733.
And it's Orangutan Home Services, featuring heating, air conditioning, home security, plumbing, and much, much more. Call them today, 602-906-0111. Orangutan Home Services, 602-906-0111. Call us today. Autobahn Mortgage, 602-980-LOAN. That's 602-980-5626. Call Autobahn Mortgage for all your commercial and residential mortgage needs. We are friendly, fast, and efficient. 602-980-LOAN. You can also see us on the internet, www.autobahnmortgage.com. Call us today, 602-980-LOAN, 602-980-5626.
Welcome back to Wild Jokers here on 24/7 Comedy for Radio for Phoenix, AM 1260, 96.1 FM. Brad, we got a great interview we did with Carlos Mencia earlier in the week.
He was
unbelievable last night at
Unbelievable.
Wild Horse Pass. We got to thank his outfit, his PR people, and everything for hooking us up, where we got to spend some time rapping with them. And why don't we go to that interview we did earlier in the week?
Brad and Lynn.
How's
Hey,
it going?
Carlos, how are you?
I'm good, guys. I'm doing impressions of the movie phone guy just because he's not going to be doing the movie phone anymore.
Oh, really?
Hear about that?
No, what happened?
Yeah. They said that nobody calls anymore for movie time.
So how you been
People
doing?
now have phones. They have phones with apps that tell them what movie times are, so they don't need anymore. Get rid of pay phones and CDs.
And CDs.
That's so true, but I still shop the CD. Maybe I'm just so old school. We're running out of CDs, and especially, I think technology is shutting down the economy that way for jobs.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know that this still existed in the first place.
It's
Who's dialing 777 film anyway?
Yeah, right?
Well, it's funny that you say that because I took a picture. I found a payphone in kind of a rural, remote area here in the state of Arizona. I took a photo of it. I mean, maybe I'm speaking my age here, but, a payphone's a lost art form because I used to stick bubble gum on the earpiece,
I agree, bro. I totally agree. I'm the same. I when I heard that he's retiring, I was like, who? It made me think of when I was a kid, and there were those 976 numbers.
I love them.
yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd use them to play with yourself, but you could only do like 2 or 3. Because then, it was like $1 or $1.99, and your mom wouldn't find out about it. But if you did like 10, all of a sudden the bill was, $20, $30 more than normal.
Yeah.
Totally. I racked up a real good
My mom would
one.
be like, what do you... Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, but when you're going through puberty and you discover the 976 numbers back in the day, you really had to get good at your art, at your craft of working it, because you didn't want to rack up a big charge.
Now you can get anything you want for free on the internet. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be like... I'll never be that comedian because I love technology, but sometimes you just want to slap a teenager and go, what are you complaining about?
Right?
Do you realize that we had to look at catalogs from Sears even before Victoria's Secret
That's
came out?
right,
and
absolutely.
go to that one page where some girl kind of showed a little bit of butt, but not really, and imagine when she looked at naked. There was no free porn or triple X, whatever, where you get it for free
Right.
and you can see. Are you kidding? Even later on, when there was 976, you had to pay for a recording of a girl going, "Oh no, are you Rakate? Are you Rakate?" And you're trying to get through the accent, going, ignore the accent. "Oh, you Rakate? No, I don't like. Hey, like."
That's so true. And funny enough, Carlos, I'm actually from your backyard. I grew up in Southern California, in the LA area, up in the San Fernando Valley. And my biggest thrill combing the streets for, scantily clad women was there was a publication of a newspaper that was called the LA Express. And it used to have little pictures of women and stuff. They would be covered up, but it was all the 976 numbers and everything, and it'd be always posted in front of like the 7-Eleven. And I loved it. It was cheap thrills.
Yeah, that's just dated all
Oh,
of us.
that dude, that's what we had to imagine everything that's like real for everybody's stuff. And who I want to know. There is at least one person that is obsessed with the movie phone guy. That dude must have a pager still.
Oh yeah,
No
for
way.
sure. He's got a brick phone. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, he's probably got one of those phones that attaches to something that you have to hold like a big battery, like in the
The bag phone. Yeah,
yes,
that's the bag
it's a
phone.
weapon.
Yeah.
You can beat somebody with it.
Back in
Also,
those days, those were awesome.
Yeah.
the thing that also going back, Brad and I here on the Wild Jokers were talking our last show about VHS and Betamax, the videos. And remember going to the video stores where they had the adult section that had like creaky doors, and you would kind of sneak in, and you would always look at some weird dude that was in there looking at the porn films.
Oh, dude, I remember Be Kind, Please Rewind.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Be kind, please rewind. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's from back.
You had to rewind it before you put it back. And there was no red box.
No.
You had to go to that store, and then you go do the dirty section, and everybody knew that you were getting that one.
Right.
Everybody knew you were, and there was always a kind of semi-cute chick that you might possibly have had a shot banging.
Right. You're walking up
before
with the
you
porn.
rented. Yeah, exactly. Right before you rented, whores and cows,
Yeah, those were the good old days,
So
and
bad.
that's the thing is that technology. I'd be in so much trouble nowadays, considering the only thing that is sad. The technology I do love because the accessibility of like adult entertainment and things like that. But on the other side, for instance, I always loved crank calling. I was the king of the three-way call, where you and your buddy would call two different people and crank call them simultaneously, hit the three-way call, and they would both pick up and start arguing.
Yeah, that was before caller ID, of course.
Oh, no caller ID, and you could actually have some fun goofing on people.
Yeah.
What has happened?
Oh, you can do. Yeah, but all that stuff is going away. Here's what sucks. Like for my kid, a lot of kids today, the problem is that there's not that huge of a gap in technology because we kind of have to be aware of technology just like them.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference was, when I was young, my mom didn't know that in the middle of the night there was this thing in Southern California called ZTV, and on the weekends they showed the porns.
Yeah.
And if you actually got the antenna in the right place, you could actually have that line move slightly to the top so you could almost see the whole
Right.
thing.
The squiggle so you could see the boob. Yes, that
Yep.
was yes.
Yes.
I did the same thing.
My mom had no clue whatsoever. My son is screwed
Yeah.
because I know technology. This little son of a bitch has a computer. I'm monitoring it. I'm putting tracking software on it, so when he hits a key, I know. So when he goes to a URL, I know what it is.
Right.
My mom had no clue of all the stuff that I was doing. She was, literally retarded when it came to any kind of technology. One time she was like, "What are these 976 numbers? There's like 5 of them." I was like, "Oh yeah, Mom. I was calling my family in Honduras, Mom."
Oh, okay.
That's a good son. Calling your aunt to say hello in Honduras. Good for you.
Such a sweet
my
boy.
Kid, man, he's gonna come out of the room right after being in there for whatever. I'm gonna be like, "So, you like big fat black chicks, huh? That's what you masturbate to? How do you know that?"
That's the one thing. I racked up an exceptional bill one time. I got in major trouble, but I would just actually dial 976 and just random numbers and see what I got. It was like a game show. And all of a sudden, I just would land, and I would be some of the most weirdest stuff. And I think that's where I turned out to be such a freak as an adult.
That doesn't
Oh
explain
man, that's funny.
Yeah,
man.
it is. Just rack it up.
It's so funny.
It totally is. But hey, we're so excited to have you coming out to Wild Horse Pass out here in the Phoenix area.
We'll be
And,
there.
we're definitely going to be there and the whole bit. But how's the tour and bopping around? I mean, I must admit. when you're on Comedy Central, the Mind of Mencia was one of my favorite shows Comedy Central ever had. Just compliments to you. Let me get your thoughts on when you did the TV and the variety type deal, where you could just be in character and have fun with it, versus doing just being on the road. What do you like better, and how is TV so different than doing your stand-up, just on the road?
Well, stand-up is different because it's immediate.
Yeah.
So if a story happens right now, like tonight, I'm doing it on stage. The immediacy of that is ridiculous. It's amazing. It's awesome. The thing about television is it's so much. It reaches so many people that it's awesome. But the editing that you have to do in order to get to say exactly what you want to say sometimes on TV is a little bit annoying. I think what happened with me was, I was one of those guys, and always have been, who tells the truth as far as I see it and is honest, and I'll say whatever's on my mind. And I think that nobody was saying it, and a lot of people were a little like, whoa. And we were doing really well, and I just got to a point where I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to continue this stuff the way it's doing it anymore, and we kind of moved on. But I think that what's happening right now is people are beginning to miss that voice. It seems like so much of what's out there right now is, not saying everything or making fun of clips or, but not really talking about real stuff. And luckily, man, I'm that guy, so... Right now, the touring is amazing. I've never been funnier. I've never been more on point. I've never been more poignant. I'm in a great place right now, man. In a great, great place. And if you, go online and, look at the comments that people leave after they see the shows, they're amazing.
Yeah, actually, I was on your website. This is Brad. I was on your website just recently looking at it. First of all, you are looking svelte, my man. I don't know what you're doing, but you are looking trim. I mean, lean and mean for what it's worth. So compliment to you on that.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'm getting to that place where the wife might be getting tired of me, so I gotta start putting myself out there, brother.
Yeah, right. Hey, well, for what it's worth. Well, I had a quick question for you. So, when you come to a place like Phoenix, are people surprised when they realize that you're not Mexican and that you're Honduran?
You know what's funny, man? I'm tired. I got tired of fighting all those battles. You know what I mean? I got tired of going on stage and saying I was born in Central America, Honduras, but everybody thinks I'm Mexican. And then getting off stage and having somebody goes, "Why are you acting Mexican?" I just said that. I just said that. It wasn't my first special, my third special. Like that. What are you talking about? I just got tired of all that, because stupid is always going to be stupid because it wants to be stupid.
Right.
Today, if you're stupid, you just want to be stupid.
You can't help yourself.
We're talking about technology, right? But I mean, come on. Any question that is asked right now can be answered by any idiot by just... As a matter of fact, you could just push the button, and when Siri says, "What do I need?" let me ask the question, and it'll get answered for you.
Right.
How can you be that stupid? And if you want to be that stupid, I can't help you. And you know what? Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, Nietzsche, Kerouac, all of these guys have been fighting the same fight. Please, be smarter than you are. You have more potential than this. And at the end of the day, it's the fight that we're always fighting. And people are just going to want to be stupid. You know what? Let's talk about them. Let's talk about the idiots that are actually going to miss the movie phone guy because they don't know that there's an app that tells you where the movies are. And you can actually pay for your tickets on the phone so that when you get there, you already have seats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's not like the old days anymore.
Well, one quick thing. I know Len wants to chime in here, but I got to tell you, when I was doing a little research about you, I was amazed to learn that you're one of 18 children. That's like a more than a hockey team.
Oh, dude, my mother had 18 kids. My mother never had periods. She just had people.
She was busy.
Evidently. Oh, man.
I don't think my mother knows what a tampon looks like.
That actually, yeah, that's definitely a character builder. I barely can handle just having one sibling. Imagine having that many,
right?
That's definitely something. Hey, well, quick question. I always ask, kind of unusual. I'm the unusual bird of the show here on the Wild Jokers. Is the weirdest thing when you're on tour? What is the weirdest thing you've seen? Because a lot, sometimes with a lot of the rock bands I've worked with in the past and stuff, groupies, women, flashing, that kind of stuff. Any strange occurrences historically in the past, 10 years of you just moving and grooving, 10, 15 years?
You know what, man? I caught some of what you said, but for some reason you sound really far. And
no, that's
like
not a problem. Actually, in the past 10, 15 years of your touring and doing the comedy clubs, the shows, the TV, everything, what has been the most unusual thing that has actually landed on you or you've seen? Like, for instance, I've worked with a lot of bands. They'll talk about groupies and the flashing and stuff like that. I'm sure with the comedy club circuit and everything, you've seen some unusual stuff.
Yeah, you want me to tell you what the weirdest stuff is for me, and it really, really affects me, but in a positive way. But it's just so, it's when people tell me how important I've been in their life at a certain point. So, like, the craziest one was this one girl comes up to me before a show, and she says, I'm a twin, and my twin sister, who I'm so close with, died a week ago.
Oh, man.
And I haven't been able to smile. But I know that for an hour and a half that you're on stage, you're going to make me forget. And just in case after the show I leave, I just want to say thank you for what you're about to do for me.
That's unbelievable.
And I was like, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. But when she left, I was like, why would you say that to somebody?
That's
true.
some pressure right there.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
That is the heaviest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And then it was just like, just be funny, bro, just be funny. Ignore everything else, just be funny, just be funny. And at the end of the show, she just came up, gave me a hug, and said, I knew it, thank you, and walked away.
That's
like,
awesome.
With a smile on her face, but a tear coming down her ear. I mean, her ear, her eye. I made her cry from her ear.
Yeah, right. Wow.
I mean, that's some power right there.
She got her money's worth out of
like
that.
the movie phone guy. That's why. It was. No, man. There's moments like that. You know, when somebody says, "You helped me get through a rack," or through chemotherapy, or whatever those moments are. Those to me are the moments that are strange, because I do what I do to be funny. I never look at it from that harsh, serious perspective. But I do realize at those moments that there's another side to my comedy, that it touches people in certain ways, and it makes them feel like they're not alone. You know, people come up to me and go, "Dude, I thought I was the only one that thought what you were thinking, but I guess there's a lot of us." And it's really good to have that affirmation within the confines of the fact that they laughed and it made their life or day better. That's amazing to me. That's the weirdest thing. I don't see myself walking up to somebody saying that, but that's just because it's me. I can't imagine that they would say it, but when they do, it's just so bizarre.
Yeah, so comedy is basically therapy, is what they're trying to say, and it's working. So you didn't really know you were a therapist, did you, Carlos?
Yeah, dude, you know what? You can't take any of that stuff. Here's what I do, man. I wake up, I listen, I read, I watch the news, I go to stories, and anything that is funny, I say I'm going to talk about it tonight, and I make it funny, and that's all I do. And if it changes, makes a difference, makes a laugh, all that is great. But I just want people to come out, see a show, or to see me in a movie, or to see me on TV, and know that they're going to be entertained and I'm going to be funny. Every single time in some way. That's all I care about. And, whatever else comes with it is good. You know what I mean? But I don't live in that place.
Well, I got to thank you, because your bit on orgasms definitely has been sexual therapy for a lot of my previous girlfriends. You're painting the picture on how simple it is for us guys, and for them it's searching for the bean. It definitely has been a help. So Wild Horse Pass this Friday. You got to get out. You can win tickets here on Wild Jokers Radio as well. It's the one and the only Carlos Mencia. Carlos, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us here on Comedy 24/7 Radio for Phoenix, the Wild Jokers Radio. It's been a pleasure.
No, not a problem, man. And I want everybody to know that even if you saw me recently, last time I was in the area, right now it's a different act. It's always different, guaranteed. A bunch of new material. It really is. So come out, check out the new material. It's amazing, because if you say, "Oh, I saw him last time," nope, you didn't see what I'm bringing now. I take what I do seriously in that respect, and I never want to do shows that are the same as the show from before. So, new material coming out. Come check it out. Not a lot of tickets left, by the way. I can't wait to be there. One of my favorite places to perform.
Well, we can't wait to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome, guys. I appreciate it.
And that was our wonderful interview with Carlos Mencia. If you want to, call right now if you want to win a free air conditioning system for your home. Guess the first 100-degree day with Orangutan Home Services. You can reach them at 1-800-O-SERVICE or 602-906-0111. Call right now. Make sure you mention Wild Jokers and Radio Show. You're listening to Wild Jokers on 24/7 Comedy for Phoenix, 1260 AM, 96.1 FM.
Hey guys, this is Stacy Grandal, aka Boss Lady, coming at you from the Man Spot here in Old Town Scottsdale, where men stay men and women are allowed. Yes, I said allowed. This is a place created for guys. So come kick off Valentine's Day with us. Just kidding, I meant Blue Ball Month. Mention Blue Ball specials and Wild Jokers. Give us a call, 480-686-8538, and do check out our menu because it's full of laughs. SimplicitySimpleSkincare.com. Again, 480-686-8538, and stay manly, man.
And it's Orangutan Home Services, featuring heating, air conditioning, home security, plumbing, and much, much more. Call them today, 602-906-0111. Orangutan Home Services, 602-906-0111. Call us today. Hey, Len, where are you?
What the hell?
Seriously, Len, where are you?
What the hell?
Okay, this isn't Who's on First, Len. Where are you?
I'm at the What the Hell Bar and Grill in Mesa.
Really? Isn't that the place that has the all-you-can-eat breakfast 7 days a week starting at 7 o'clock and includes drinks? What about breakfast specials and coffee every day, daily lunch specials, happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 with half-price appetizers? And don't forget the Friday night all-you-can-eat fish fry. Not to mention pool tournaments Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And every Friday and Saturday night, live entertainment, classic rock starting at 9 o'clock. Not to mention, I believe that's the spot we're doing one of our comedy shows.
And Brad, yes it is. We are actually having the Wild Jokers Comedy Night premiere March 4th, which is once again Tuesday, March 4th. Wild Jokers Comedy coming to the What the Hell Bar and Grill in Mesa.
Yeah, isn't that at 7303 East Main in Mesa?
Yes, it is. You can contact them also at 480-380-6000. Once again, that's 480-380-6000, or you can find the What the Hell Bar and Grill on the web at www.whatthehellbar.com. And welcome back to the Wild Jokers here on 24/7 Comedy Radio for Phoenix, Funny 1260 AM, 96.1 FM. I'm Len, he's Brad, and we are back in action and in the gift-giving mood as always, because we do have a VIP section for Chelsea Handler at Comerica, which the Wild Jokers VIP party is going to be just a downright hoot, as I like to call it. It's going to be a
it's
heck
not
of a
just,
good time.
You know, you got to understand, it's not just a VIP booth. It's also VIP parking, VIP entrance, VIP access.
You're hooked up.
Well, it doesn't get any better. Let's put it that way.
This is not just like, hey, we're going to give you a lawn seat somewhere to a venue where you're way out in the boonies. No, you are a VIP and you're going to get the best of the best. So what we're going to do right now is I want to hook you up because these tickets are burning a hole in my hand right now. Caller number 7 right now at the digits 602-303-5869. Once again, caller number 7 at 602-303-5869. We, the Wild Jokers, are going to hook you up, and you can accompany us. You actually get to meet us at the VIP party.
Yeah,
too.
we're hosting the VIP booth.
I know. We can have a toddy and a cocktail and kick back, relax, have some laughs.
Good
This
times.
is going to be a good time.
Good times.
I'm excited about it. But
Yeah.
while we're scrambling with the phones here, our trusty engineer who's just pushing all the buttons, thank God for him, we've got to beat the street, Brad. This is your time to shine. Make it shine. Make it rain, brother.
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Well, okay. This is going to be good. You're going to like a few of these stories.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I know I am.
So
They're usually good.
Let's start with, how about Annapolis, Maryland?
Okay.
You've heard of that before, right?
Back east. Well, I've
Okay.
never been there, though.
Well, I haven't been there either, actually. But here's an interesting story, as they all are. A woman basically cut her neighbor with a large kitchen knife after arguing with her about dog poop.
Okie dokie. Now, just walked up with a sharp, kitchen knife. Was this report, or what do we got here? What is the assault?
Here's how it went down. So, the lady, the kitchen knife lady, approached the neighbor with the dog, her boyfriend, and said, I'm tired of your dog droppings on my lawn. Will you please clean him up?
And there's nothing more horrible than this. Being a dog owner myself, and I am very concerned about my lovable golden retriever Jake, and where he does his business. And generally, it's in a coordinated area. But now, when there's other shenanigans going on, like a mysterious dog, like a neighborhood dog, and everything comes in, and all of a sudden there's like a poop trail in a different area, then it gets on your cowboy boot. Then you're really that puts you in a bad.
You got to
mood.
remember, back east, most yards aren't fenced in like they are here in Arizona.
That's very true. So they're just all over the place.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, they ended up in a big argument. The lady goes back into her house, grabs a kitchen knife, comes over, and basically cuts the lady.
What? Well,
Yeah.
like on the wrist, on the arm, on the
Cut her on her hand.
on her hand. What did she do?
She was swinging it at her like kung fu style, and just happened to catch her.
That's a really crappy way to start your day.
Yeah.
No pun.
Right.
But
Needless to say, the lady was arrested on assault charges.
Well, yeah,
amongst other offenses.
Obviously, you can't be going around with a knife as a weapon and going after people.
Up your neighbors.
What would you do in a situation if you had little landmines, a poopapalooza, as I like to call it, in your yard? What would you do?
Of course,
can you do?
The right thing to do is ask the neighbor.
Well, how about this? What I used to do is I had a neighbor who did this actually, this was some years ago, so I can't. It's not non-traceable poop at this point.
Beyond the statute of limitations.
Thank you. I was about ready to say the same thing. I used to take a shovel and launch it back into their yard.
Well, you know what some of the guys used to do back in the day where I used to grow up is they just fill up the brown bag, light it on fire on the porch.
And
then they stomp it out, and then it's just mess everywhere.
It's mess everywhere, but yeah, that's actually dangerous.
By the way, I do not condone doing that whatsoever.
No, I mean,
it's
because of the fire and the danger
That's
factor.
the problem. Especially in Arizona, you can't get away with that
But
kind of
imagine if you're outside in your backyard, because we have walls here, and you're barbecuing or having a nice
over.
and all of a sudden it starts raining feces.
They start landing in your pool.
When I lived in, actually it was before I got my horses, and this was a long time ago. I lived. Imagine Mr. Novin over here living in a master plan community where you have that thing called an HOA telling me what to do.
Yeah.
So, but my neighbors, though, they had some real issues with, and this is not the dog invading into my space, but once a week we would go out and clean up after the dogs. They were so, how should I put it, uppity about these things because they were out there barbecuing. I guess there was some flies, and you live in the East Valley. You do have farmland around you. You're going to have some flies in this neck of the wood. It just is. If you're in Gilbert, that's where it was.
Or as they like to call it, Gilbert.
But when people react too much on my own turf, let's say, and there's feces, it starts raining feces.
Yeah,
just to let you know.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
But there's nothing better than a little nugget on the grill there.
A feces rainstorm.
Yeah, that's the best way right there. But if my advice to you is what I do in a kinder way now. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit more compassionate about people.
It's not saying much.
If a dog does drop a little care package, just get the shovel out, the spade shovel, and just walk it over and drop it on their property.
Yeah.
That's what I do usually.
Nothing wrong with that.
The worst thing about it does ruin your day, is when you're out taking your dog out, and let's say you're in a flip-flop.
And you catch a nugget.
You get a mushy one, and it hits your toe.
Right.
It actually hits exposed skin.
Yeah. Oh.
That is uncalled for. So that has
wrong.
to be, that's where the poopy has to be delivered back to the owner. So
okay,
that's my way to fix this problem.
So next we're moving over to Illinois. I think we've had a couple stories in Illinois in the past, but
Missouri has been a big one.
Well,
there's a lot of dysfunction in Missouri.
There's a lot up in that part of the country for some reason. So check this out. So this couple is leaving a Toby Keith's back there somewhere in Illinois, and
well, you mean the bar and grill, not his house.
Yeah, no, not his crib. No, the bar and
lived
grill.
in Oklahoma.
Right. I figure people know that because there's one around here. But anyway,
there's two actually.
So anyway, they took a 40-minute cab ride, and in the meantime,
hold on, time out now. Okay, I've had to, because I liked indulging in cocktails. Now, a 40-minute cab ride, okay, because I know this from traveling from Mesa to Scottsdale, or when I lived in Cave Creek to Old Town Scottsdale. That's a serious chunk of change.
$83 in this case,
okay.
Not including tip.
Continue on, because I know this is going to be an expensive ride.
This is interesting. So anyway, the couple starts getting all busy in the back of the cab. Literally clothes flying everywhere. They're both naked.
So they're doing the funky
They're
Medina.
literally having sex right there in the back of the cab.
So it's sort of like that show on HBO when they had the
Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yeah, so
it's just like that. Except this is like full on doing their business, right? So anyway, what
would you do if you were a cabbie and that happened?
I don't know. Hope for a big tip. That's bad.
That's really, if you really think about
that's
that,
really bad.
That's a very bad pun. Right there.
That's a bad pun.
That really is.
Yeah, it's really bad. But anyway,
would you? I mean,
I don't know.
I would have a heck of a time concentrating. I'd run into a cactus.
I think it'd be kind of funny actually. But it happens to limo drivers all the time.
But think about this. Well, they can shut the window
deal
and everything, so you can have some privacy. But honestly, if you think about just the kind of the play on this, I would run into a cactus.
Probably. I'm sure I would end up crashing.
Yeah.
Especially if she's really hot. Anyway, so I just have to run.
We are not politically correct on this show.
So anyway, so they had this $83 fare, and the funny part is they were being taken to the dude's mom's house.
Well, they wanted to get it done before getting back to mom's house.
Evidently, that was the whole idea.
How old were they?
In their 30s.
And they're still living with mom. There's a problem right there.
Listen, I don't judge.
Okay, no, I
Okay,
do, because how can you be in your 30s staying at mom's house,
Well, for all you
racking
know,
up
they're
an
visiting.
$83 cab ride?
Right. Wait, the best part is that mom had to pay the cab fare with her credit card.
Oh,
Because
they didn't have money?
They didn't have a dime on them.
How? Why would you even take a cab?
I think they were hoping that the show was going to be enough to pay the cabbie. And with all the
okay.
free porn on the internet, that was a bad idea.
No, that's a bad call right there.
Yeah.
So basically, they were voyeurs.
Yeah,
Or
but-
they were hoping the cabbie was.
Right.
Right.
They were exhibitionists.
Exhibitionists. Yeah,
Easy for me to say. Yeah.
It's early in the morning. It's
Yeah,
okay.
sorry. I need like 4 more cups of coffee and I'll be good.
But that has got to be common practice, because I've been in a lot of cab rides, and you can just tell there's a lot of unusual things that go on in that business, especially if you're working Scottsdale or Vegas.
Vegas, oh god, those guys have the best stories, by the way. Some of the
I'm sure they
craziest
see
crap
everything.
happens in those cabs. You can't even
Because
imagine.
everybody goes to Vegas and they think, well, yeah, what's happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and we're gonna get freaky deaky.
Talk about getting freaky deaky. You're gonna like the next story.
All right,
Herkimer, New York, which is kind of near Utica, which I think that's upstate.
upstate.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of hockey out there.
Yeah, a lot of hockey out there. So there was 2 men arrested because a farmer had discovered that his cows were being sexually abused.
What?
Wait a minute.
Because we do have a farm sponsoring the show, so this
Well, this is
hits
a little.
home.
Well, these were his dairy cows, obviously, and he said what happened was he noticed that his cows were a little anxious and they stopped producing milk. So then he installed some surveillance equipment, and sure enough, he got footage of the 2 guys. Well, the police.
There's 2 guys?
2 guys. So the police convinced one of the 2 guys to videotape the other guy for a little bit lesser sentence. Anyway, they were both arrested on misdemeanor sexual misconduct charges.
Okay, I'm kind of at a loss on this one, because Superstition Farm is a friend of the show. They're a sponsor.
Right.
We do a lot of activities and outreach there. It's great for the kids to go out to the petting zoo, yada yada yada. You've seen, because they got 2,500 head of those big old cows. You've seen what they look like. You see what they walk around in. You see the flies. You see, they
Yeah.
produce wonderful milk and they are cute from afar. But when it comes to something of like this kind of activity,
Yeah,
to me,
that's pushing it.
Honestly, what did they even put lingerie on the cow? I'm like, maybe doll it up a little bit, maybe a little lipstick. I don't know.
You know what, man?
There's something.
I'm just glad they didn't tell us, to be honest with you.
And this was upstate New York.
This was in upstate New York.
I expect better out of upstate New York.
I think it's kind of funny that the one guy that got caught videotaped his other buddy and then narked him.
Yeah,
That's pretty rough.
there was 3 tripods out there.
Yeah, evidently.
Sweet.
A couple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
So
man.
that's the most disgusting story. I thought I thought we went some bad places earlier in the show, but I think we've gone to an all-time low.
It's pretty nasty. And by the way, before I wrap up, I just want to remind everybody real quick. You need to call right now and get involved in another one of our contests, because before you know it, it's going to be 100 degrees out and you're going to lose. So you need to guess our first 100-degree day. Call Orangutan Home Services, and you can reach them locally 602-906-0111, or call them at 1-800-O-SERVICE. And you can call them 24/7, whether you need service or you want to enter the contest. But the best part is, just for entering, they're giving away a 1-year home maintenance. So call them right now, 602-906-0111 or 1-800-O-SERVICE.
And welcome back to the Wild Jokers. Brad, I'm so excited about our comedy night that we're going to be having next Tuesday.
We've already got people confirmed coming.
We have a VIP list and all that, but just to coming down to the What the Hell Bar and Grill here in East Mesa, Sussman and Maine, would be the southwest corner. You are a VIP. This is going to be a comedy night full of entertainment. Also, it's kind of a dinner show theme we're doing. I really am liking how the setup of the room is and how it's going to be quaint. But we got some space. We got an area for quite a few people. So groups can come and have a nice time, a nice evening from 8 to 10 on Tuesday night, so it's not too late in the evening.
It's perfect, right? It's come here for dinner and hang out after dinner for the show.
And we got to catch up right now with our friend Henry, who's the owner of the What the Hell Bar and Grill here in Mesa. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Excellent.
Yeah, it's a lot of exciting time. I was here with the lovely Michelle, as you know, last Saturday night. And I must compliment your picking of your rock bands. What was the name of that band? Well, I want to give them a shout out because they were exceptional, playing some old Aerosmith and Van Halen and AC/DC and all the bands I grew up with.
Yeah, they're an exceptionally good band. The name of the band is Strangeland,
Okay.
and they're one of our top bands.
Yeah, and they had a good following, and the room was, the dance floor was hopping. And we're sitting here having some suds and relaxing, and had a nice evening. So not only that we're doing comedy here on this coming Tuesday, March 4th, you got live entertainment, great food. We had the breakfast burritos here
Oh,
today.
those were unbelievable, by the way.
No.
Oh my God!
We did the
I
pulled
think
pork.
I
the
ate
first
it in
go-round.
3 bites. I mean, I literally inhaled it. I mean,
No,
that
Henry's
thing-
getting sick of me. I've had
Right.
about 7 meals here in about 10 days.
Well,
so
at
I've
least
just
you know,
been-
at least we have patronage with our sponsors.
Well, yeah,
you know.
that's
Keep it in
all
the
the
family,
love.
you know?
Absolutely, it's the inner circle.
It helps that it's good here too.
It's the trust tree.
Right, the
Yes,
trust tree.
the trust tree.
The trust circle.
Mm-hmm. The
Right.
inner circle of
Yeah,
trust.
right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, but anyways, things are hopping and going on here. We're real excited about talking about the comedy night, and just get here early. That's what I would say. But also, you can get here early. But I want to talk about the breakfast this time, because we talked about some of your dinner entrees and lunch before. But breakfast is quite popular. Brad was coming in, and we were setting up to do our remote here and everything. And you had a good brunch crowd.
Yes, we do. We have a pretty good-sized breakfast crowd also.
Yeah, and so you can come early, go on a ride, for instance, with our biker friends. Come get some chow in the morning, go on a nice ride around the Lost Dutchman or the Superstitions, come on back, and then relax and unwind in the evening. I'm giving a game plan, a mandate for our biker friends out there.
Well, actually, I'm supposed to go on a ride Saturday. I'm going to talk to the crew about making a stop here for our lunch. I think we're doing the Winkleman Loop, which is kind of out this direction. And so
okay.
I'm going to talk to them. I'm not sure for sure, but I'm going to try to see it. There's about 14 of us, so that'll be a nice little lunch crowd to come in and hang out.
We'll be looking for you.
Also, Henry, real quick, because, we're at the tail end of the show and everything. What's going on at What the Hell? Other activities besides, of course, Tuesday we have our comedy night. You have the pool tournaments. You have live music. What's on the agenda coming up?
Oh, I don't know. We have music, obviously, on Friday, Saturday nights. We have pool tournaments 4 nights a week.
Okay.
We have poker tournaments.
If somebody wants to get involved with a pool tournament, let's say, who do they have to reach out to? What's the resources if they want to hop on in, if they're new to the area or just discovered What the Hell Bar and Grill?
No, they just have to show up. They
Okay.
don't have to. Yeah, there's no.
Sometimes
list.
you have to make a phone call. Sometimes there's somebody in charge of these tournaments. Sometimes, so it's just show up and
Show up and bring
play.
your pool stick if you want.
That's
and
the best way to do it, because sometimes people,
simple.
if they have to plan ahead of time, they think, well, what if we don't go? This way, if they think even last minute, they can just pop in here and start doing it. What about that amazing craps table that you have around the corner here?
Brad
everybody-
loves that. by the way.
It was funny because, truth be told, Henry was giving me a little craps lesson this morning and showing me some of his tricks of the trade. Not all of them, because you can't share them all, but
Right.
he imparted some of his wisdom on me. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that craps table came out of Bill's in Las Vegas, and it's here strictly for education and how to learn how to play the game. That's it. And you come in and set up a lesson, and we'll have somebody here that'll show you how to play the game the right way.
And besides the fact, you go to Vegas quite a bit. You are a gambling man, aren't you?
He just smiled real big.
Big old smile right there. Yeah, we were talking about that off mic a little bit.
Yeah, you could say that. We go about every 2 to 3 weeks. We go down there and have a good time.
So that makes it fun, though. Because
yes.
you have the educational experience of it here, and then you can take it on the road with a group and have a nice activity out of it.
Definitely. There's 3 or 4 of us that go down there, and 9 times out of 10, we usually come back with more than we.
That's better than most. Most folks don't get that luck. That's another thing here at the What the Hell Bar and Grill is come get a lesson on how to game, basically, some gambling
It's
tricks.
working for Henry, obviously.
Well, yeah, if he's coming back in the black and making some money and covering your trip and coming home with a little extra scratch, you're doing really good.
Yeah.
Because usually my
Making
tail's
a
between my
donation?
legs.
Yeah.
My tail's between my
Yeah.
legs, and I got knocked around in the first couple hours.
So that you're saying they like you in Vegas?
Oh, they love me.
Yeah.
I get sucker written all over my forehead.
Make you deposit the Bank of Las Vegas?
Yeah,
Very good.
exactly. Then I'm at dinner shows the rest of the time because I'm toast. It's all
Yeah.
over. I'm like, I got to stop myself.
Yeah,
I don't want to
these
be
days-
Clark Griswold.
Well, these days dinner shows are like $150.
I know, but it's safer. You know what you're going to lose. At
That's
least you
true.
at least you can actually budget it
Right.
at that point in time.
Right.
So the What the Hell Bar and Grill, of course, it's a new location here. It's been the grand opening in this location was a couple months back. Refresh my memory, Henry.
Yes, it was actually January 25th.
Okay, time's flying though.
Yeah,
I
time.
can't believe it's already March. But this is a very nice room, and that's another thing. Family friendly. It's just not all about just the nightlife, which is a big part of it. But the kiddos can come too. There's breakfast served here, great lunch. It's fun for all ages, whether you be from the youngsters, because you do have the kids menu, you do have stuff that's geared that direction, as well as the retirees. You have a big demographic of snowbirds, I see,
Oh, yes, we do.
and which is good. They got to eat somewhere, and it's good they're eating here.
coming. What the hell?
So we'll be hanging out once again. Don't miss out, because if you want to, laugh your butt off, this Tuesday, March 4th, the What the Hell Bar and Grill. We're having our first comedy night, the Wild Jokers Comedy Night, brought to you by Orangutan Home Services also. They're going to be giving away a free air conditioning unit as well. That is not chump change either, Bradley.
Nope, just for entering the contest, which is going to be on the ballot to vote for the comedian. Just for entering the contest, each person will get a 1-year maintenance program from Orangutan
And that's
Home
worth,
Services.
what, a couple $100?
$295 what they normally
almost
charge.
$300.
Right.
That's some savings right
Yep.
there.
So come on down. Good food, good laughs. Make sure you say hi to Henry. He's a real friendly guy.
Henry, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
This week we have some incredible events coming up. Make sure you join us Tuesday, March 4th at What the Hell Bar and Grill in Mesa, and Thursday, March 6th at Cactus Jack's in Ahwatukee. We'll be starting our comedy contest. You can come out, you decide the winner, and it's amazing because one lucky winner from that contest will be on our show the following week. If you ever want to get any more information about us, feel free to check out our website at www.thewildjokers.com or see us on Facebook at facebook.com/wildjokersradio. We always post events, updates, and interesting contests, so please check us out today. Well, it's that time. It's time for us to go. I'm Brad, he's Len. Thanks for listening to Wild Jokers on 24/7 Comedy for Phoenix, 1260 AM, 96.1 FM.